Janos. Hi, everyone. Hey, Robin. Robin. Well, we now know why the dollar index refused to give up. We can tell you what's going on there pretty clearly now. And, we were just saying, what is this? This is like a dead cat bounce. Look at the weekly over here on Chicago Quant. Can't get its game together. It's trying. Look at the fast. The fast has been driving up now over the last, I guess you can say the last 3 days. But the real answer to the whole thing. Oh, what do you got? I see Janus. Wait a minute. I just see my thing flashing. Model will watch style effects. Super cool. Time asked for program names. Okay, not me. Okay. Yeah. So, we've seen the strength on the short term, and we see the weekly just really dragging its feet. Just cannot get it going. I mean, last week on the J4X Dukascopy platform, it slid into a weekly buy at the end of the week, after all that strength. And that makes total sense. Let me just show you right here. Right there. You see that? Second week of a green. It's battling. I mean, it's fighting. And now we know the answer. That Finch changed the U.S. ratings on bonds. And so there's the pressure. There's the example. It's just totally mountain. It's just, there's your answer. Finch lowered the credit rating of the United States. Now that the Obama-Biden team has done it twice. Once when Obama was president, and now once when Biden is president. We get knocked down. Our credit rating gets knocked down a little bit more. So, I have to giggle at it all. Let's see. Let me just answer this text. There we go. So, we finally have the answer why we're seeing this strength over and over and over. And that is because they've lowered the credit rating. Let's stick it up on the, let's see if we can put it up on J4X. Or, up on the screen itself. And I like the example why they did that. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's shoot over to it. Bingo, bango, bongo. Let's see, where are you? It might here be right there. There you go. There it is. And we'll move that onto the screen. And there it is. Risk of returns after Finch U.S. downgrade ADP quarterly refunding due. And basically here is their reasoning behind it all. Where is it at? Right there. Mrs. Yellen tried to tell everybody, don't pay attention to this. It's like, don't look behind. There it is right there. Notable U.S. headline. They're even afraid to put the article out. They had to hide it in this. Look at how long this is. Risk of returns after Fitch's U.S. downgrade, ADP, and quarter refunding due. They changed the subject. And then it goes on. European bourses, DXY, EGB, crude, looking ahead, highlights, ADP. And then you keep on rolling down. You see European bourses are, and sectors are similar, and stateside futures are, and the broad, it just goes on. Click here for whatever that is, and click there for whatever that is. And the broader dollar index, the JPY, the current, Podines, I don't know what the hell that is. People Bank of China. It goes on. Fixed income, EGBs, commodities. Now just go down to the sections. Notables, U.S. headlines. They're so scared of this administration because it doesn't believe in freedom of speech. It doesn't follow the rule of law. Everybody is so scared to deal with these guys and gals. And so finally there it says, notable U.S. headlines. Fitch cuts U.S. sovereign rating from AAA to AA+. Outlook revised to stable from watch negative. Fitch says that the rating downgrade reflects an unexpected fiscal deterioration over the next 3 years, as well as a high and growing general government debt burden, while it expects the U.S. general government deficit to rise to 6.3% of GDP in 2023 from the 3.77 in 22. And then underneath it, what do? Here's another headline. Secretary Yellen. Look at that. Let's see what she says. I know she says something really goofy as usual. Probably like it's fleeting. I bet you she says, no, I'm making a joke here. But I want to say I would like to make a bet that she says that this rating is fleeting. It's transitory. Yes, this rating must be transitory, right? Says U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen said that she strongly disagrees with Finch's decision to downgrade the U.S. and noted President Biden's committed to fiscal sustainability. Furthermore, the White House also said it is strongly disagreeing with Fitch's decision that it defies reality to downgrade the U.S. at a moment when President Biden has delivered the strongest recovery of any major economy in the world, while an administration official said Finch's decision to downgrade the U.S. ignores the resilience and the underlying strength of the U.S. economy, with the downgrade a bizarre and baseless decision for Fitch to make, according to Reuters. I mean, really, look at that. Out of that whole article of it being downgraded, you had to go fight paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. And finally, somewhere's dead in the middle, they put the real story there. Right there. That's what it really is. It's this one right here. That's the real story right there. Out of all those lines, it's because, what did they do again? They charged Trump for having free speech. He's not allowed to have free speech. They call it insurrection. And they disagree with it. And the First Amendment says you can say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it, except for fire in a crowded movie theater. But after that, you can say anything and whenever you want. And he believes it too. So whatever he's saying, he believes. So he's not defrauding anybody. He has shown evidence. He found evidence and he's put it out there. And they just refuse to accept it. And so you can see here, this is how bad things are in America now. This is Zero Hedge is even scared. It's a scared like a child. That's what it really comes down to. All right. Now I'll look over to the chat line because I've had enough fun on that. Any thoughts on the U.S. downgrade by Fitch? Oh, I've answered that one. She's used another word. What? Transitory? Sticky? Disagreed. But the same. Please put the link for the article on the chat line. There it is. Thank you, Giannis. Yeah, what a joke. Oh, my God. We're run a bunch of children. I saw a good one this morning. Maybe this will help. Here's a good one. Let me go to this. This is from a Turkish statement. Let me see. Here we go. Where is it at? I saved it, so I have it right there. It is. Where'd it go? Okay, so it must be backwards. There it is. So you can copy that picture and put this on here. Does it let us do that? No, it doesn't want to do that. How about this way? There it is. Old Turkish proverb. When a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. And that's Mr. Biden there. I think that's pretty much the description of it all in the end. That is exactly what the description is in the end. It's all a circus at this point. And yesterday we talked about it. Recession, blah blah blah, recession. We had a recession. We're in the recovery already. My God, how long is it going to take them to figure that one out? I mean, it's like transitory. For a year and a half, inflation was just nothing to take serious. It's transitory. Let's read the chat line. Let's see. U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen disagrees with Finch. Of course she does. She's a moron. Arbitrary based on outdated concepts. Yeah, she's outdated. Arbitrary based on a random choice in personal whim rather than reasoning. I know. What a hoot, huh? I love that, Giannis. I like the way you broke it down. I know. Everything you've said there is so true. It is fact. That's the weirdest part. It's all fact. Well, we're coming to the end. You know what they always say, darkest before dawn? We're coming to the end of this craziness. And next couple of years, we're going to have one of the greatest economies again. It'll lift the rest of the world up again. Yep. Going for the tea at this point. Got to have a sip of the tea after me going on a rampage here. All right. So, now we have our answer for all of those, like myself, who've been trying to figure out why is this dollar lifting. Well, they knew Finch was going to do this. You don't think they talk? Remember, Finch is a paid service. Okay? So if it's a paid service, there are clients that are paying for it every month. You think they want a heads up or they don't want a heads up? Do you think they'll renew if they don't get the heads up? And so Finch probably, there's been talk about this for I don't know how many months. I've been hearing this now for almost a year and a half, actually. I've been hearing, rumors that Finch is going to downgrade. Finch is going to downgrade. 3 months ago, they talked about Finch is going to downgrade. And then I heard someone's going to downgrade. They didn't point Finch out at that time. Remember, there's 3 major rating agencies minus the buyers themselves. One is the buyers and sellers themselves, is the buyers of bonds, the sellers of bonds. One is Moody's. The other one is Standard & Poor's. Another one is Finch. And there's a fourth one too, besides Standard & Poor's and Moody's. I think there's a third one. I guess that might be 3. I think there's a fourth one out there. But, so there's your answer right there. They've been telling their clients probably, we're downgrading the U.S. Bond rating. And so what's that do? That changes interest rates just a little bit. Because when you get moved from AAA down to AA plus, that changes. And the way those rules, now, if you want to talk about something archaic, of course, let me just stop right there. Mrs. Yellen used the word that it's archaic, Well, the rating companies have been functioning like this for a few centuries now, or at least a century and a half. So, they've been rating, different, bonds and so forth. And at one time, most of the major corporations were AAA rated. I don't think there's more than 2 or 3 out of the 50 or 100 major corporations in America now that have a AAA rating. Matter of fact, that would be a good thing to Google. Because the last I looked, there was only like 3 corporations that have a AAA rating. It used to be dozens upon dozens upon dozens. Corporation, let's see, corporation who have a AAA rating. Let's see what that says. Like I said, last time I looked at it, it was only 3 of them. What companies have a AAA rating? Let's see. What companies are AAA rated by Moody's? Let's see. Microsoft, Johnson & Johnson. That's it. Apple is not. How about that? Moody's gives. Oh, Apple's number one. And let's see. Does the U.S. have a triple A rating? Let's see. What is triple A insurance? Yeah. So, what companies are triple A rated by Moody's? There's a good one. So, currently there are. Let's put this up on the screen. There it is, right there. Currently, there are only 2 companies in the United States with a triple A credit rating: Microsoft and Johnson & Johnson. These individual codes are grouped into broader classes described as an investment grade or not, or non-informed. Now, where is the other one I was just reading? Apple. Someone else said Apple. What did I see here? Oh, here we go. This one there. Long-term credit rating, AAA with a stable outlook, citing iPhone makers' exceptional liquidity and robust earnings. With this, Apple joins an elite club of companies, include Microsoft and Johnson & Johnson, that have been given Moody's highest rating. That was in 21. Moody's gives Apple top AAA. So there's only 3 companies in the United States that are AAA rated out of all the corporations. And there was only 2. When I was young, when I was Giannis's age, when I was Polina's age, there were dozens upon dozens that were AAA rated. I mean, like General Motors, Ford Motor Company, General Electric. I could go on. Exxon, Mobil. They were all triple rated. Not anymore. So I guess, it's one or the other what Mrs. Yellen's hoping for. Uh-oh. Polina's older than you? Okay. You just look older. All right. So then, who else can I say that we both know together? Oh, what was the young fellow that was from Nigeria? What was his first name? I forget now. Maybe when I was his age. Let's put it this way. When I was in high school, when I was in college, there were dozens upon dozens upon dozens of AAA rated corporations in America. Wisdom, that's it. When I was Wisdom's age. He went into anti-money laundering. Good for him. Good for him. Yeah, I noticed that he talks more capitalistic. I'm still a Facebook friend of his, and I noticed that he's less anti-capitalist than he used to be. That's for sure. I got a text. I'm going to have to answer this. All right. Okay, from there we go to, let's go to the euro. I noticed that the currency pairs don't seem to care that much about it. You can see they made them a little pop here, and then they sold it down. Let's put euro up on J4X. Yeah, didn't knock the stock markets down a little bit, or a nice little punch in the face, and now they're, just look at that, gliding south. Let's see. Got his stuff together, moved to EU, worked bad jobs, got education, got a job through internship, and now is in AML. Wasn't Gitta with AML? Are you communist until you like money? I don't know. It's so hard to say. It's just the socialist stuff that, the communist stuff. You're a communist until you make money. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen. You know what happens if you make enough of it? Then you go back to that socialist thing again and pretend that you didn't earn it. It just happened. It fell on your lap. Excellent example of one not needing a handout and making his own way. He recognized that the Eastern European has no handouts, but has better opportunities due to the money having more purchasing power. Yeah. I talked to him once in a blue moon. Nothing major, just a quick one here or there. Because now he's on the same side as you and I. But I hear you. It's a classic. It is a classic. Yeah, I think Gitta was. I could have sworn Gitta was with AML. Or was it Katrina? Is Katrina with AML? When I was young as Katrina. All right, so let's see now. Where do we go from here? From here, we roll over to. Ooh, my. Let's see. When's this starting? I got. Let's see. Let's see. When's the conference starting? I got another. They're doing another string type thing with particles and so forth. It's not strings though. It's called cubic. So, but I'm not going to be dedicated to it. I'll watch the videos more. I just like this way I can see when the physicist community gets all whacked. Let's see. Where's it? Money. Okay, we blabbed into off topic. Let's look at AMD. Okay, yeah, because aren't there earnings coming out? Earnings were bad, but yeah, it came out 2 days ago, right? On Friday, was it maybe? But it's up pre-market. I want to see your view on that. Need to run out in 10 minutes. Okay, let's go to AMD. Let's go check out AMD. Open Sesame. Yeah, it's funny world. Oh, we're having so much fun. It's the summertime. All right, now, let's see. There's stock. Now, what is that? How did I end up putting that in there? That's not what I wanted. All right, let's put AMD in there. So that's all right. Stock. AM. No, we just have Amgen. Okay, so add it. Okay. Stock. AMD. Come on, they're hunting it down now. Come on, find it. There it is. And there, is that it right there? No. Is that it? No. Is that it? Okay, there it is. Yeah, they moved to the American Stock Exchange. I'm not the American, the NASDAQ. That's what they did. There it is. Now we've been in a weekly buy for a second week. So when the news came out, and then let's do this. Let's give this a new spin like that. Update it. There it is. You know, Janos, we have an interactive service now. Let me see. I can. It's very interesting. Yeah, look at that. It's moving up. It closed in a weekly buy last week. Let me go to the interactive service and see what it looks like, and I'll show you our interactive service. You could tune into that too. This way, let's see, where is it at? Let's go to here. I want to see what it looks like on our interactive service. It's got a 15-minute delay. AMD. All right, now we go like this. Let's open it up here. And here it comes. There it is right there. It's been in a daily buy for a couple days, just like here. And this has been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. We're just bench testing it now. If you want to be a bench tester, you can be. And this is our interactive tool. We've got all these products. We have it set up so that we have to put the products in for you. I have to talk to my son about making where you can have full access to anything and everything once you tap in. That's the way it was at the beginning. But right now we have it as a paid service set up. But I mean, how we're setting it up. So goes through the administrator to get product. But that's no problem because I'm an administrator. Robin's an administrator. My son's an administrator. The cat is administrator. So yeah, there it is, AMD on our interactive service with our algorithms in it. So you can see there it's been 3 weeks in a buy, and you can see here 2 days in a buy, and so it's moving up. There we go. How is that? And there we are. So now from there, we go back to where we were looking at the euro. So let's look at the cable. Cable's the same way. I mean, last I looked, cable was trying to go down, not up. So the Finch thing is not the big noise that everybody was expecting it to be. There it is right there on J4X. You can see blue is 15 and change. Come on. There it is, 15.36. And yellow is 22. So it's in a bear mode still. We go over here, right there, and let's see. There's GBP. And you see same thing heading down. They did lift it up for a little bit, but they didn't even take out yesterday's high. So when they don't even take out yesterday's high, it's pretty hard to be panicky about it. Hard to be panicky when they can't even take out yesterday's high. All right, there's the DAX. That's yesterday's. There it is. There's today. Weekly's trying to break down in the DAX. Let's see. Save workspace. Save it as. And close that workspace. All right, so that's the whole story when it comes to the insiders knew that Finch was going to change the rating, and they were buying dollars thinking the world would panic, and guess what happened? World did not panic. Matter of fact, I think I can get it still. Yeah, let's see. There it is right there. Where is it at? I just saw it. Not there, not there, not there. Not there, there it is. We have the I have the DAX index on here too. You see it breaking down just like it does right there, matching up. Bing, 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 bing. And you can see the histogram is minus, the green line is through. And then you scroll more, and there's your weekly, just like our weekly there is in a buy since like there. Now it's interesting, this thing threw it into the weekly sell and then threw it right back into the weekly buy right there, right at the beginning. Gave you a real heads up. It's even more sensitive in some ways in a better way. It's hard to say yet. We're, like I said, a few of us are bench testing it. If you want to, Janos, you can bench test it too. All right, from there, we go over to the Swiss. Let's see what Swiss is doing this morning. Mr. and Mrs. Swiss and all the little Swisses. Let's see. Right there. You see it's lifting up. Mr. Dollar is, King Dollar is not exactly being pressed down as everybody would have thought. What, holding the AMD? He had made a bank on the COVID surge and then gave up some gains. Yeah, I hear you. So, well, and I'll tell you that, the DAX has looked pretty good over this whole event. Really, it's been a pretty good move, actually. So. Let's see where we at now. So from there, we drive ourselves over to 2018. Can I get back? Let's go back on. Let's go up to J4X and see that. Let's see where 2018 was. I guess it might be lower than 2018 though, isn't it? Just a wild guess. Let's see. DAX. I think it's up in here somewhere, isn't it? Right there. There it is. Let's make it the whole page. Let's make it a weekly too. Yeah, 2018. Oh, it's not too bad. Yeah, 2018 it was in the 13,000 area. Right in there. If he bought at, any of these is cool. Then he had a nice move there. Oh, it's still higher. It's it's challenging. Is that all-time highs? That could be all-time highs, isn't it? So it's challenging all-time highs. That's pretty good. I mean, look at something like the S&P 500, which is not far from it, but it's not at all-time highs. And neither is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Where's it at again? Right there's the S&P 500. Yeah, there's the all-time high up in there in the 48s. And then the Dow, same way. It's not. There's the Dow. They're not there, but the DAX is doing it. That's pretty good. All right, so I'll catch you later. I'll put the title in later on. Travel safe. Yeah, definitely. There's 2017 on the Dow is at 17,000. Let's see where the DAX was at 2017. It's here somewhere. I saw it. Just had it. I just saw it. There it is. No. There it is. Yeah, so 2017, it could have been down in the 11,000 area. So that's pretty good. It's what, 16,000 now? Yeah, 16,000. Nice gain. All right. From the Swiss, we'll move over to the we'll go over to the Turkish lira. I think it closed in a daily buy yesterday. The Euro Turkish lira. Right there. Trying to lift up. That's at 18. The slow is at 21. Let's see what Chicago has to say about that. Let's see. Where are you at? Right there. Yeah, closing the daily buy yesterday, made another high over it today, but nothing major, Nothing major. Now it's weak with a red dot. I guess everybody was betting on who knew on the new. They thought, oh, this is we'll make some money. We have the inside skinny. This is your classic buy on rumor, sell on news. All right, from there we slide over to where do we slide over to? Let's take a look at the Mexican peso. King peso. Looking forward to August 22nd. King peso. August 22nd. Let's see. GB. Let's see. Peso right there. There's peso. 1688. What do we got over here? It's off its low still for a third day and a second day in a daily buy, I believe, right there, right? Closed in the daily buy. Yeah. Nothing major going on, I guess you could say, in the sense of the strength. I mean, it's not deep strength. It's just strength. So we're in a second day of a buy. Let's steal one of these greens. Put it right there. Let's steal this red and fix that too. Nope, that was not a sell. That was not a sell. There's your sell right there. So, and then the weekly, you can see the fast is moving up to the zero line right there. It's through it, and the slow is trying to break the minus manifold and get going. So it's going to be a slow, steady dance there. And what else we got going on? I guess that's about it. When it comes to the Mexican peso. So from there, we'll go over to the second most powerful brick, and that is the South African rand. Boy, talk about strange bedfellows at the moment. Gold looks so wacky. Let's put it up there. Right there. See, when rand is going up, losing against the dollar, usually that insinuates that gold is going down, and that kind of makes sense. I mean, you can see back about 5 days ago. So when we go over to here, there's the gold. There's 5 days ago, but it's been acting strong. They sold it down, but missed the daily sell. They popped it back up, what is that, $10? Now it's up like $1 or something like that. Nothing major. The weekly is starting to deteriorate. You can see the fast has broken through the zero line. But the slow doesn't care. Let's put it up over on J4X. Mr. Mouse. Right there. XAU. XAU. Ba-ram-you. Your fleece, your clan, be true. Okay, so 2022.9 on the fast and 30 now on the slow. So it's pushing hard. It's in a daily sell for a second day. The weekly, right there, must be, yeah, it's starting to generate a red now because, you know, our fast is dropped underneath. So this is more governed by the fast than it is by the slow. So, and that's the way the gold market is moving. And you know what we can do, since we've been drifting about all kinds of things, why don't we take a look at silver? Here's silver on J4X. Right there. And over here, you see it's been a couple days in a buy. That's at 68. The slow is at 74. So it's basically saying no. Saying don't be long. Over here on Chicago Quant, right there, you see it's in a sell now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Just missed it here, couldn't get through it, and then now it's, you know, it's pushing down. It's been in a weekly buy for a while, so you can't take the short. You got to wait for the next buy signal, and we haven't gotten one. So it's trying, but not successfully. And that is Mr. and Mrs. Silver. Let me just save that. There's silver. Then from there, let me just double check gold for a second. Yeah, weekly, same thing. Okay, yes, all right. So it's doing the same things, except for the fact that it's gone in and out, and it did go into the buy, whereas silver has not. We always are confused by that, but that's not confused, disappointed. I think the best way to describe it is disappointed. And then from there, there's copper. Copper fell into the sell yesterday and still moving down. And now the fast is broken down. And let's see what it looks like over here on J4X. There's copper, and it should be turning red too, because the fast is moving down. See? Oh no, it's not yet. It's still green. And then let's take a look at the daily. There's the daily. And you can see it's going in the first day of sell. First day of sell. It sounds like a holiday. And this is the first day of sell. What is that? 77 versus 74. So it was in a buy, and now it's just going into the sell. And the day, let's see, let's fix that. And let's save that. Now we'll go over to platinum. I'm almost sure platinum also fell into a daily sell yesterday. There's the platinum, the October contract. Yeah, right there. That's a minus. So let's steal this red right there. And it's in the sell from yesterday. You see the fast is broken down, but the slow has not. And so the pressure is kind of mixed at the moment. So you can't really sell it. Just don't be long it. That's about it. Let's see. What else can we say about any of these? Now from here, we go over to the energy sector. I think we're going to do it like that. I like that. There is crude oil. Crude oil's been moving up and up and up and up. And you'd think for 3 weeks we would see the Canadian dollar going down, down, and down since basically like middle of July. Now let's go find it over here. And there is the CAD. And the middle of July is right there, the 17th, right here. And so instead of it going down the way it was going down for the first 3 days, when it got to the 17th there, is that the 17th? There's the 17th, right around in here. So it should have kept on going down this way, but it didn't. Look at it, it's losing against the dollar, which is very uncharacteristic of it when oil is roaring up. So, from there. Now, let's go over and look at, let's see, okay, so that's the end of the currencies and the commodity combinations. All right, so from there, if anybody wants to see a currency pair, just let us know, we'll go back to them. Now, there is... You can see the oh, look at that. They were up to the 80s. And they sold it back down again. So it's, they're trying to figure out what to do with this Finch rating thing. Funds are probably looking at it and saying, okay, good opportunity to buy. Maybe Moody's will do it next and we'll be able to buy even more. Yeah, markets are under-invested for the amount of capital they have, so they have to do something. All right. Let's see. Let's go to right here. And there's crude oil. As I said, the Canadian didn't match up. Now, trading at 81.49 with a high today of 82.43. Almost $1 lower from the high. And then what we do is we go look at the back month. So 81.45, say, 47 now. All right, so 48. All right, now let's go look at the back month of November. And it's about 90 cents underneath. 92 cents, something like that. You can see it's trying to get into the sell here as we speak. They're putting a little more pressure on it. Now, is that right? Yesterday, November was down? I didn't think it was. Just double check that. Do I have it here? Crude November, which would be right there. There we go. Yeah, it's showing it be down too. Okay. I didn't remember it being. I guess it was up for the day by a little bit, but I didn't remember it being down itself. Crude oil itself is being very firm. It seems like money is just parking itself there, not willing to let go. It makes sense to me. I mean, it's like it's like the third most liquid product. Bonds one, currencies are number two on the planet. Bonds are number one, and then crude oil is number three, and then I think from there goes gold. All right, now from there, what else can we say about any of this? I guess that's about it for that. I think I'll have a sip of my tea. Nobody care to ask any questions? All right. Now, what else can we say? Let's head over to stock indices. I mean, that makes sense to me. So there's the S&P 500. They've knocked it down. It's trading at 67, 68, back and forth. Got up to around 81. That still made it down about 19 points for the day. Right now it's down 33 points for the day? Yeah. We'll see if there's some buying that comes in later on. Then from there, let's take a look at, where is it at? There is the NASDAQ 100 right there. And they're trying to push that into the sell today. Still in a weekly buy, just like the S&Ps. Both are being trying to pushed into the sell side thing. And then we slide over to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let's see if we can fix this. It looks a little wonky there. Settings. Let's make it 24-hour. There you go, that's better. So I guess it got pushed into sell there. And the next day, it went back into the buy. Let's steal one of the buys in here. Steal that buy. You know what? We didn't put a sell in there, so let's do this. Let's just add it. Sometimes I'm just too lazy. Went back into the buy right there. And they're not. What's interesting is it is not being pressured. That's the interesting thing, is that the Dow is not being pressured like the other two indices. And let's take a look at the most speculative of our four indices, and that is the Russell 2000 right there. And it's just right on the edge. It is underneath though right now. It's been interesting. From 17 and change on that weekly buy, like 18, thing has gone to over 20, over 2,000. So it's been a 5% move just in the last 4 weeks. 6 weeks. Oh, wait a minute. Beginning of April. I'm sorry, beginning of June. So it's been in the weekly buy since back here. Where's that weekly buy thing? Let's put that in there. There it is. Now let's take a look at We can take a look at the DAX again. And obviously the DAX is being pressured by the S&Ps. You know, the funds have to balance these things out, I guess you could say. You can see that there. Let's see if it gets back up for a second day. Pressuring its way down. It picked up on it more yesterday than the S&Ps. They didn't go into it. Where's it at again? That's Euro right there. S&Ps did not make it into the sell yesterday. It was sloppy, but it didn't make it into the sell. And now it's getting very close, only 4 points, 3.83. You know, it might come back. That'd be kind of cool. All right, traders, if you have no more questions, I guess we'll get out of here. That's been fun. We'll give everybody a chance to think about it. I think I'll play with the title for a second here. So the title today should be, let's see, you know, it's almost like pretend this, that, and the other thing. That's what it feels like. Pretend. Let's pretend. That's what it seems like to me. It's a pretend thing. That's what they're doing anymore. You know, in other words, Yellen says evil things about the decision-making process of companies. You know, she goes around telling us that inflation is not real for a long period of time, and we sit there and shake our heads. I mean, that is really that's what the problem is. That is the problem. We don't have responsible people giving us, you know, information in our government anymore. That's what the problem is. It's like a bunch of children. I mean, Trump used to tell us so many different things about our economy. I mean, he would tell you about this, he would tell you about that, he would tell you about how the currencies were being manipulated or not. You know, I mean, you know, he had a 6% growth rate in our economy. Somehow or another, that doesn't seem to count anymore. I don't understand it. Doesn't anybody want to make money? That's the way I look at it. All right, so this is Doc from North America. We'll catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, later. Happy hump day, traders.